right, everybody, welcome to class. All right, so I'm so happy that you are here. We have made it to our second week of English. Yes, English 10, everybody, English 10. And it is so hot, my face is going to melt off. Maybe not. Okay, so today I have some important things I want to go over. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. First, I want to take a look at, well, where should we begin? Let's go for this cover sheet. Okay, so I've been getting some questions about where do I turn in the sports gene think and focus questions? Well, you're going to turn them all in at one time, okay? So you've got all of these stories that you're going to read: The Sports Gene, Outliers, Into the Wild, Invictus, If, Macbeth, The Iraq War, Oedipus Rex, and the Introduction to Oedipus the King, and then Fate's Luhim. So each of these is worth 40 points, and then as you complete them, you can put an X here. So what you're going to do is, it says here, complete all think and focus questions from the readings below. Make sure, there's a typo there, I'll fix that. Make sure the excerpt title and number is listed at the top of each set of questions. Include this cover sheet at the beginning of the document, and make sure responses are in the order listed below. Each story is worth 40 points to make a total of 400 points. Yes, that's 400 points. That's a lot of points, okay? So you're going to complete them. And so what I would recommend doing is going right below this cover sheet, typing the title of the story, so The Sports Gene. And the easiest way to do this is to, let me go ahead and go online. Let's see here. I know I opened it. This will work. Okay. And we're going to go to ConnectEd. Now, hopefully you guys all managed to get your ConnectEd account. And here we go. So when you log into ConnectEd, you should have received your username and password. And you go to the library. All you have to do is type in the title of the story that you guys are reading. So we go to library, we type in the title. So the first one is The Sports Gene. And I'll show you some really, really cool things that the online version does, okay? So we have this great introduction video, which I love. Okay, so we've got the overview, the sports gene, and then this great introduction. You know what? That's so funny. This one doesn't have a video, but a lot of them have videos that you can watch that introduce you to the theme. And you know, if this one doesn't have the theme one, I gotta show it to you. It's pretty cool. Then it'll give you the vocabulary. So you can take a look at that. You can read the story online or in your StudySync textbook. So this one that says Destiny on the front, yours may not say Destiny, yours may be all in one book. I have 4 separate books, one for each unit, and you're going to do 2 of these books each semester. There's only 4 units in the whole semester, or sorry, in the whole year, actually, 4 units. So we're doing Destiny first, and if you look in the table of contents, you'll notice that the order of the stories is the same order that's listed in the pacing guide, okay? So it makes it super easy to follow. So the other awesome thing about doing this accessing ConnectEd Online is the audio version. Okay, so you can read the story one time and then listen to it and then answer your think and focus questions. So the think and focus questions are also online. You just go to, there's also comprehension questions to kind of help you out to make sure you're understanding it. But if you go to think, you can copy and paste these questions into your Word document or your Google document. So I would just write number 1, I'd paste it, and then I don't have to type out the question, which saves you a lot of time. Then you're going to go ahead and write your answer after. So it says, refer to one or more detail from the text to support your understanding of what made Donald Thomas a successful high jumper, both from ideas that are directly stated and ideas that you have inferred from the clues in the text. So this answer requires you to use quotes from the story, to use details from the story. So you can't just, make it up without reading the story. I need to see, on average, 2 quotes to support each answer. A lot of students are saying, so why do I have assignments every other day? It's because these are very involved, long questions, and they should be pretty extensive answers as well. Okay, so that's the cover sheet for Unit 1. And I'm going to include this. I did include this in the email that I sent to you, including this video, but and it's included as an attachment. I also included the instructions on how to go to the library for Connect Ed. Okay, so that's the sports gene. You're supposed to read that. Let's go ahead and check out the pacing guide again. So you should have sent me an introductory email. And the best thing to do, you guys, is to print off this pacing guide, stick it in the front cover of your book so that you have it, pacing guide there. And then and then cross them out as you get them done. So you sent me an intro email, you created your little Bitmoji icon and added it to your profile, 20 extra credit points, super easy and fun. You're supposed to read the sports gene and answer the think and focus questions. Do you turn them in yet? No, you don't. You're going to turn them all in together on, I think it's around September 22nd, but it depends on if you're track B or C. Then this week, you should be reading the outliers, okay? And then Into the Wild. And then we're going to finish off this week with taking a quiz on Into the Wild. And once again, if you go to End Grade, you'll see yours, you don't have as many tabs on the left-hand side, but you do have a test and quiz tab. You're going to click on that. There's only 2 questions, okay? So it's super quick and easy, not hard at all. Okay, so let's go back to the pacing guide, and then Invictus. You're going to read Invictus and answer. So let's go back to the Connect Ed. So you've got 5 think questions here. There we go. And you're going to answer all the think questions, and then in your textbook after the story, you will see the focus questions. Unfortunately, the focus questions are not online, so you're going to have to, let's see right here. So unfortunately, online, the focus questions are not there, so you need to use your textbook. And if you don't have your textbooks for some reason, just go ahead and move right along. You can always come back and answer those focus questions when you get the textbook, since you're not turning it in till the end of September anyway. Now, don't wait, because if you look at question number 2. In the second part of the excerpt, beginning in paragraph 6, the author described the successes and techniques of 2 very different athletes competing in the same event and what made them successful. What information does the author reveal about the 2 athletes? Are you able to follow the author's ideas? Support your response with evidence from the text. All right, so these are pretty lengthy questions. And then we've got question 3. So let's take a look at, let's go ahead and pull up outliers. So I go to my library, I type in outliers. Here we go, outliers. Search, there it comes up right there. Okay, and then I can see the overview. This one has an intro video, so I can click on that. Let's just let it load for a second and we'll watch it together. It's only 45 seconds long, so it's kind of like a movie trailer. Okay, so you get the picture. So the whole theme of Unit 1 is destiny, okay? So you're reading about sports athletes. You're reading about all these incredible people who have accomplished amazing things. The readings in this unit are great. You're going to really enjoy them, you guys. So don't miss out on the reading, okay? So then again, we can go and look at our vocabulary. Innate, from birth. Her innate talent for dancing was evident from the time she was a toddler. Innate is a great vocabulary word. Try using it today. Okay, then we go to read. You can read it in your textbook, and then you come to the online version and listen to it. Did you guys know that when you listen to a story, you can listen to it at a much higher reading level? So if reading is something you struggle with, I highly recommend you to come and listen to it. You will understand it much better. The other great thing about this is that if you go to StudySync TV, it has those little trailers. And then on these think questions over here on 6, 7, and 8, you can watch high school students as they discuss it. As they discuss these stories. And this will really give you insight into the story and what it means if you're struggling with figuring it out. Okay? All right, so let's just quickly review. So this week, you guys you should be reading Outliers, Into the Wild, and Invictus. You're going to take the test and the little quiz on Into the Wild, and that's in end grade. And then you're going to use this cover sheet. Let me go ahead and do a new share here. Where to go? Sometimes when I share, it doesn't quite pop up what I want to come up. There it is. Okay. So you're going to attach all of your questions to this cover sheet, putting them in the correct order, putting an X right here as you complete it, marking off your pacing guide that you printed out, and then you will be on track. So don't forget, I'm in my Zoom room mornings, typically at 9 a.m. That's Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 a.m. In the afternoons, I'm always around 2 p.m. Hop in my Zoom room. I'd love to help you guys out, and thank you so much for coming.